You're listening to The Swingdom, the champion podcast of the year. 2 guys, 28 clubs, 0 putts given, with your hosts, Ben Ridner and Gunnar Kane.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to The Swingdom, your get it all the time, everywhere golfing podcast. I'm Ben Ridner. I'm still golfing. I'm hitting golf balls with a golf club. Multiple, 14 to be exact. Well, 13, because I never really hit that 5-iron.
I've been going more towards the 5-iron.
Well, my 5-iron is a 3-iron, and I already have a 3 hybrid.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I'm a bit like the thing is, I think what I need to do is I need to put the 4-iron back in the bag because it's a 2-iron and just have a driving iron.
Are you saying that distance-wise, or that's how it's set up?
That's how it's set up.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing, I mean, you know how pure I hit.
Yeah,
you know how pure I hit my 3 hybrid.
Mm-hmm.
That 3 hybrid is like my fallback club.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a 20-year-old like Cleveland classic hybrid mashy.
It is old.
It is old.
It works.
Yeah, so I'm here with my best golfing buddy, Gunnar.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, ladies, he's now engaged.
I've been for a long time.
How long?
Like years.
Multiple years?
Yeah.
Well, sorry, ladies. He's actually getting married.
That's exactly it. Sorry, ladies. I know I show up on this podcast. I know, first of all, we have an enormous lady following, and I show up on this podcast in these nice shirts, and everybody's like, wow, I mean, it looks really good.
I'm being a good wingman by wearing terrible shirts.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
So I think I want to shake it up a little bit.
Yeah.
We've got the news. We're going to be talking about the USGA championship.
Yes.
And then we're going to make our picks this week for the Travelers. So that's exciting. But first I kind of want to talk about what's going on in golf in your world, golf-wise this week.
In my world.
Yeah.
Yes,
I thought we'd do what's happening in golf this week.
Sure. So, well, I guess I have to follow up with what happened in golf last week.
You did start with that.
Did we cover that?
You said. Are you talking about your drive, chip, and putt?
Yeah. Did we already cover that? I can't even remember.
Yeah.
Oh, but we did not talk about the next day because
because that happened that day.
It happened the next day.
So what happened the next day?
Gavin had a golf tournament. Did we talk about this?
No.
So we did drive, chip, and putt. We covered that. So that's win number 1. Then the next day, Gavin had a golf tournament through the Virginia State Golf Association.
The VSGA.
VSGA. And went and won that. So,
won it?
Yeah, he won it.
Did you have a stroke saver? Did you get the proper yardage book?
Oh, you know what I did? I wish I would have brought it in here, but not for that course, but for his home course. We did buy one.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Is it legit?
Yeah, it's so legit.
Everybody's gonna hate him because you spent an extra $40 on him. It's not gonna be his fault at all.
I'm gonna send this to you right now, and I want you to describe this as hole number 2.
Okay.
Culpeper Country Club. It's a par 2.
It's a par 3.
It's a par 3. You're right.
Just because Gavin plays it as a par 2.
It is. We wrote.
It's 130 yards.
It's incredible. So
water on the left, trees on the right. It's a fairly large green.
Yes. Maybe it's not hole 2. Is it hole 2? No, this is. I'm sorry. This is hole.
This is hole 4.
This is hole 4. That's right.
Oh my gosh.
It's incredible.
And it's massive.
Yeah, it's real size, full size. Yeah. It's full color. It's very well made.
I'm so jealous.
It is very cool. Go ahead and explain.
Oh,
it,
sorry,
because
no.
it's
This is
just-
hole number 9.
Yes, hole 9.
This is hole
It's right
9,
by
which
the road.
yeah. This is hole 9,
by
which
the
is
road.
along the road. It is a par 3. You start about 20 feet above the water.
Yes.
And yeah, you've got about 60, 65 yards to the water. Then there's about 30 yards of water, and then it climbs very, very steeply uphill. And the hole's actually like 10, the green's 10 feet above you. But what is terrifying about this hole is that another 10 feet above that.
Is the
So like,
parking lot.
yeah, so like at 150 yards is the front of the green, and it's 10 feet above you,
Yes.
right? Then at like 170 yards, another 10 feet above that is the parking lot.
Yes.
So you're sitting there and you're like, if I fat this, I'm in the water.
Yep.
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 If I thin this, I'm buying somebody a new car.
So I always try and park behind it because I'm scared that I'm the one who's going to. I'm going to see if we can get a good picture of that. My green screen.
Yeah,
thing is away. But it's very. It's yes.
And it's
real.
got all of the it's got all of the movement around it. It's got all of the arrows on the green.
fantastic.
They're
Yep.
doing 5 yards.
Yep.
How many
It's
arrows do they
incredible.
fit in a square? They fit like 10 arrows in a square. I don't know. I'm going to try to do the same thing you just did. Look how beautiful that is.
It's so legit.
That's really annoying. And that's like for a home course that nobody's ever heard of.
I know. So we're going to practice with that and see how well it is. And if it works out, we're going to just get one for all the courses that he plays because
that's what you do. Like that is how a caddy prepares for his player.
well, and it's also he plays the
That's
same.
that's just how it
sometimes,
is.
So we can repeat the process.
Yeah.
It's one-time purchase.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like that's how it is. Like when professional players go to courses, which we're hoping Gavin one day becomes, he gets this book.
Mm-hmm.
Like this, when you got that book for me at Shinnecock, it cost you what, 15, 20 quid?
Uh-huh.
Like, and it's
It's trash compared to this book.
yes, because it doesn't have the
absolute junk.
greens in quite the same. Yeah, I love those books. Those books are amazing. I have one for I don't have that, but I've got the Stroke Savers book for the old course at St. Andrew. So when we go play there, we're gonna be using the actual open RNA yardage book, which I'm super excited for. This week in golf for me, I've got so he won his tournament?
Yeah, so he wins his tournament.
By how many? By all of them?
So he won his tournament. There was a tie at the end, and he won in a playoff.
Oh wow. Birdie or bogey?
A birdie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Was he
and
pumped?
He played so well. This is his first actual tournament since last season, and the first time he's actually competitively played. And so to have 2 back-to-back victories in 2 very different things is very cool.
Yeah.
So he's very excited. And actually this Friday I'm playing golf with a mutual friend of ours, Josh. I am going
Hicks?
to play. Yeah, I'm going
Hixies?
to play. Yeah, he reached out to me, said, "Hey, we're playing at your old course. We need a 4th. You trying to play?" And I was like, I am trying to play.
He messaged me. And was like, "Hey, what's going on? Like, this is because we used to play golf all the time together." So he's like, "I'm going up to Culpeper to visit my parents." And I was,
we've played together several times.
I typed into this thing. I was like, he's like, "Oh, I'm going to play Rapidan, which is whatever it is now or is used to be."
Somerset, yeah.
Yeah. And he's going to play my other favorite course, South Wales.
Yes.
And I typed it in my phone. Well, like, call Gunner. He'd love to play. And then I sort of deleted it. And I was like, Hicksy's he's normally got Jay Heasy, as I call him. He's normally got a 4, but I'm glad he reached out to you because I was going to yell at him if he didn't.
Yeah, he did. He definitely he sent me a message and he said, "Hey, listen, we need a 4th. You want to come play?" And I said, "Yeah."
He's breaking 90 now.
He's
he's got the world's weirdest golf trajectory.
He's got a weird trajectory. He's left-handed, and he is a. No, I'm sorry. He's not left-handed, but he has the hook. He has the right to left. Is what he's not left-handed, but he plays.
Yeah,
he plays
massive. Yeah,
he can.
And the power hook.
What's beautiful about it? It's more of a power draw. He can control it, and
it's terrifying.
It's terrifying to watch, and it's also like
because he aims at like 45 degrees and it just comes back around. It's
also one of the most consistent shots I've ever seen, and he's such a good player with his long irons, which is super beneficial in a.
I keep telling him, I'm like, if he straightens out that hook, he'd get like an extra 40 yards.
Oh yeah, it's gorgeous.
Yeah,
and he doesn't hit it short either. I mean, he hits pretty long for losing the distance.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited about that. So I'm finally getting out to play an actual round of golf. We went and played some.
He said he's joining a course down in Richmond. Sorry, this is getting like extra but this is what our golf is, right? You should go play with him down in Richmond or meet up in Fredericksburg or something. Or like he's always like his buddy, like his ex-roommates, his buddies down in Richmond are all like ex-college golfers.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, it was one of the things I really wanted to do, but I was like, hey, honey, can I please turn my 6-hour golf day into a 12-hour golf day? Mm-hmm. And I can never do it on weekends.
Right.
So like that was always impossible. So yeah, no, that's awesome for Gavin. I'm psyched for you to play. Apparently, Meadow Farms has taken over Somerset.
I think it's the same course management.
Oh, that Billy Casper course thing?
No, they have a different one too.
Oh, okay. I mean, that'll be interesting because like you left that course because it was in not good shape and not fun.
Well, and it was in terrible shape and they weren't doing anything to make it better. And we had invested quite a bit into it and no returns. And so we pulled out, we went to the country club Gavin went to the country club. I am without a home course, but they've done a lot of great work to the course. So I'm really excited to get out there and play an actual tournament. I won the club championship there.
Gross or net?
Gross. I have my lowest scores there. So let's see if we can repeat.
Let's see if you can repeat. They're just you're gonna have trouble because they're gonna get you a few drinks. So you're gonna be
That's right.
It's gonna be a drinking round.
If I can pay for mulligans, it's gonna happen.
That's true. Is that how you shot a 66? Paying for mulligans?
No. I just like to pay for mulligans and scramble tournaments.
Okay. This week in golf for me, we are exactly 1 week away from the Swingdom Go Scratch.
Yes.
At which point I will be trying to get on YouTube Live and Twitch every night so you can watch me practice miserably and maybe play some rounds of golf.
Which is good because next week I'm at the beach next week, so you have a ton of free golf time.
I think what's going to happen, I'm going to try to basically become a scratch golfer by committee. Anybody who wants to come on to the Swingdom's Twitch or YouTube channel to give me swing advice.
That's right.
It's like, just help me. Just please help me get to scratch. It's basically I'm taking the VJ Singh approach. It's just like hit a couple hundred golf balls a day and hopefully one day I will win the Masters.
One day you'll be better.
Yes. One day I'll be scratch. I've got a match on Sunday. I'm playing a 23 handicap. I'm giving up 11 shots or 9 shots or something. Any good strategies for when you have to give up shots?
Be aggressive.
Okay. How aggressive? Like angry aggressive?
No, I would say be confident and take lines that they're not going to take. And then when I'd say
that's the problem with my course is like there's not a whole lot of lines that there's maybe only 2 lines out there that not everybody can take.
Okay, well then let's change our strategy.
Yeah.
I would say play safe because
let him make the mistakes, me stay steady.
They'll make the mistakes.
Okay.
Right. For a really high handicap like that.
Yeah, so I've got that, and then I've got my better ball with Lawrence coming up next week. So this will just be like the next 2 weeks of, hopefully by the next time I talk to you, I can tell you that I've won both of my things. So
yeah.
So that'll be fun. But yeah, that's really it for me in golf. It's just practicing loads. I'm in this new group. I'm not really sure if I am going to announce it publicly yet because I don't want to disparage them, but I've joined like a online golf addiction group, and we help each other with addiction and trying to get down to scratch.
You mean it's not a typical addiction group which helps maintain sobriety?
No, they don't help me get away from my addiction.
They're
they help me. They help me encourage. They're encouraging me to stick with my addiction even further. So I get there's about 20 of us in it, and I get 4 drills a week, and then we all sort of put our scores in for these 4 drills every week.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm sort of excited to see how I fare against everybody else, and how I sort of advance, knowing that not only am I having to do these drills, but I want to practice for these drills. And then I have other people to be culpable to as well. So it's going to be interesting to see, not am I just sort of practicing golf because I want to be better, which I do, right. But there's also a level of culpability and hey, you do the work. You do the work right now. So
that's right.
I'm excited for that. So that's it. Is that it for golf this week for our golf?
Yeah.
That's awesome. We got news this week. I'm going to go through the news quickly because there's not a whole lot, because so much of it is attached to the USGA championship, but not really. The only news that there really wasn't was 2 bits of news. The Fowlers are expecting.
Congratulations to Mama and Papa Fowler.
To the big birds.
Ricky Fowler's going to be a cool dad.
I hope so. We'll see.
He's just gonna be a cool dad. He's just a cool guy.
And then we've got 3 more players to drop out of the Olympics. None of which are American.
Give them to me.
Sergio Garcia.
Bye.
You don't care. He wants to basically, I guess that what everybody seems to be worried about, and I'm Sergio basically says he wants to focus on the Ryder Cup. So he's focusing on Ryder Cup points because he wants to make it on his own merit, not just get an invitation. If I was Sergio Garcia, I would just be like, no, I'm a Masters championship and I've won this thing a few times. You're putting me on it. I mean, I would hope that would work. I'll be like, who else are you going to put on? I've been on this thing forever.
Well, it's like putting Phil Mickelson on.
Yeah. It's like getting Tiger to play in a boots. By the way, that was an awesome meme.
It was.
Louis Oosthuizen. Mistake. He basically he wants to focus on the FedEx Cup because he's doing really well FedEx Cup point wise right now because of how he's done at the last 2 majors. Correct
me if I'm wrong. Doesn't the Olympic tournament award FedEx Cup points?
I'm not sure about that. But the problem is that you once you travel internationally, you have to quarantine for so long. Plus, you have to be there for so long. So I think what would normally be a 10-day trip or a 2-week trip to the Olympics turns into 6 weeks. Okay. I think they want everybody to get there sort of between 2 and 3 weeks early because they all want them to quarantine and everything, get tested multiple times in the 10 days running up. Then everybody wants to be there for the opening ceremonies, but that doesn't mean that your sport is that week. So everybody hangs out for an extra week. Everybody's really worried about getting COVID when they're there because there's so many people coming in from so many different places. Somebody's bound to get missed. And then you have to do a quarantine when you get back to the States. So you are looking at sort of 5, 6, 7 weeks.
Unless you're vaccinated.
No, because you can still get it and pass it on even if you're vaccinated.
Yeah, but I think the quarantine rules are different. At least here in the U.S.
Not here in the UK.
Well, the Olympics aren't in the UK, so that's.
But yeah, I mean, I'm sure they can give special sports, elite sport. But I guess the US is also like, that's fine. So this is now we have Dustin Johnson.
Okay, who's the third?
Oh, sorry.
Sergio
Usti and Tyrrell Hatton.
Tyrrell Hatton. It's a shame. Let me say this: as much as I don't care for Sergio Garcia, it's a mistake.
Yeah,
I love Louis Oosthuizen, love Tyrrell Hatton. Mistake. It's a total mistake.
Total mistake.
I will die on the hill.
This will be the second only U.S. This will be the second gold medal in Olympic history of the last 100 years for golf. And to these 6 guys, you've got DJ, Fitzpatrick, and Adam Scott all bailing as well.
What was the last outbreak? It was Zika. It was the Zika virus?
Yeah, that was Zika in Brazil. Yeah, and Jordan Spieth didn't go then, and a bunch of players didn't go for Zika because they were all starting families and whatnot. So, I mean, this sort of has the same feel, but it's not 1,000% that.
Also, we didn't have Zika globally.
No.
So,
it was just sort of in. It was international.
I get it more if you say. Look, I don't want the vid. I get that. I'm totally fine with that. When you say I want to focus on something else that you can actually go to another time, like I get the prestige that comes with the FedEx Cup, but a gold medal in the Olympics, it only happens every 4 years.
Yeah, no, I get that. I mean, for me, I agree with you. I'd be like, yeah, I've done the Ryder Cup, I've done the FedEx, I've done the Tour Card, I've done this. It really is sort of like that $10 million or an Olympic gold medal, like which is worth more. And I think, to be honest, I think an Olympic gold medal in gold is probably worth a little bit more than $10 million just because of the sport it's in.
Right.
Like, just because
going to be 2.
You can get paraded around for the rest of forever.
Yeah, that's it.
Like, you know what I mean? It's like you win $2 million when you win a green jacket, but how much is that green jacket actually worth? That's priceless.
Priceless.
And I think it's the same with the gold medal. I think if you're Sergio Garcia
stitched in a green jacket, that's it.
But if you're Sergio Garcia, you can be the only green jacket wearing son of a gun who's also wearing a gold medal.
Right.
Like, and that's not the case 100%. Anymore. So DJ could have had the same situation. He's given that up. So Fowler's expecting other people going, and let's just get into this because this is going bonkers. And I sort of want to discuss it in slightly different terms than everybody else is discussing it.
Mm-hmm.
Brooksy and Bryson.
Listen, I love it.
I love it too. That's sort of my point. My point is that now Brooks Koepka was being interviewed today at the Travelers, and he said that back in 2018 or 19, Bryson approached his caddy and said, look, like, the pass is the pot. Like, if he wants to say something, and this had to do with slow play. Yeah. Bryson, who at that point in time was the king of slow play, him and Kevin Na.
Mm-hmm.
I guess they came to some sort of an agreement.
Mm-hmm.
And now Bryson has gone back on that agreement, and Brooksy just says, that's it. Like, the gloves are off. Like, we're going to do however it is we do this. Like, I don't really care anymore.
And no specific explanation on what that agreement is. It could have been like, hey, let's not bash each other publicly. And then he said the thing about his abs on the body issue.
That's just funny. Like, what kind of egotistical maniac takes that personally? He doesn't even have abs, bro. I'd be like, well, nobody asked you to be on the body issue. He's like, well, like, I'm just going to work out. And I'm like, I bet you he's going to be in the next body issue.
I bet you he won't.
And he's not going to have abs.
I bet you he won't be in the next body issue, but I really would love to see if he had no abs.
Yeah. Yeah, look, I understand the intrigue of this all. Like, did you see Bryson? That's a shoulder twinge. Did you see Bryson jump up and photobomb Brooks's interview Yes,
Yeah.
because everybody saw that. That was
Keep bumping my
stupid.
computer here.
That was
Yeah,
that
it
was
was dumb.
that was dumb, and not like just because like I mean it was funny, but it just looked dumb. He did a jump, and he's not good at jumping.
No.
Like so that was dumb. Look, on my side of this is, and I haven't heard this out there yet. This is the Swingdom's first take on this thing. This is so great for their player impact program points.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're just getting they are like Brooks and Bryson should just get 20 million each.
They're jockeying for first place right now.
Like they should like just give them 20 million each. Neither of them need the FedEx Cup and like keep this feud going for 5 years.
Yep.
And like it's an extra $50 million for each of them.
Mm-hmm.
Because the winner gets 8 million. Are you telling me that your championship, the FedEx Cup Tour Championship, is only worth 20% more than having an awesome Instagram?
Makes the
Like it makes no sense. It makes sense. Like imagine if Brooks doesn't make it past like Boston. He doesn't make it past the BMW, and they still have to write him a check for $8 million because he just does like 15 like Michelob commercials bashing Bryson. Like all he has to do he doesn't have to play golf for the rest of the year. All he has to do is bash Bryson, and it's the equivalent of winning 8 like medium tournaments.
Anytime somebody yells Brooksy at Bryson DeChambeau, he makes another like $10,000.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah. It's like I'm not like I was watching something today, and it was because it's this whole like, did the USGA? You talked about this last week. Like, did the USGA call? Brooks is Bryson's denying it. Brad Faxon said it happened. Like, oh no, like we were going to pair him. I saw somebody today, and he was like, let's just pair them and get this over with. And I was like, you clearly don't understand how publicity works.
I wish they would. I wish they would have just
he was on ESPN this morning. Yesterday morning, Brooks was on ESPN talking about this feud with Bryson.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when was the last time they called, like ESPN called up a golfer and said, how do you feel about the Travelers Insurance Championship?
Oh, never.
Never.
ESPN doesn't care about the
Never.
Travelers. Are you joking me?
Yeah. So like, they're like, so what would you do if Bryson, came over to you with a good old cold Michelob Ultra and gave it to you and said, you know what, let's just have a treaty. Let's just shake on it. Let's just put the past behind us. And Brooksy was just like, nah. Goes on to say that other people on tour are excited for this thing. Other people on tour think that Bryson is getting his just desserts.
Well, and what's also funny is Bryson said, well, I'll just let him keep playing the game and I'll do my best to play. And I think it's great for the game, blah, blah, blah. And I think there's an end game to it all, but I'm not going to discuss it right now. Like alluding to he's in on the joke. Yeah. And I don't think he's in on the joke.
I don't think anybody's in on the joke.
But
I would milk it. I would milk it for as long as possible.
I think it's a good old-fashioned feud. I think it's a good old-fashioned two dudes hate each other and they're on TV at the same time.
Yeah. 9 irons at dawn. Like, you know what? Like when they get tired of making $8 million a year because of the player impact program, they're going to do the match and make $10 million each. And it's going to be pay-per-view. And it's going to be like, pick your partner. Mm-hmm. And Brooks is going to be like, well, you can't clone me. And Bryson's going to be like, well, actually, according to science, we could. That was me making science. That was me making my science noises.
This should be the lead-in match to Phil versus Tiger.
I think what they should do is they should clone each other and then like raise those babies very quickly, like put those babies in like a time warp generator, mm-hmm. and then have like 2 Brookses versus 2 Brysons. And then after that, do a Brooks and Bryson versus a Brooks and a Bryson.
I love it.
Yeah. All right, you ready to talk about the USGA championship?
I certainly am. I love the US Open. Absolutely love the US Open. It is definitely my second favorite, and I get more hyped up about the US Open than I do the Masters because this is pure golf in my opinion. The US Open is pure golf. It's you versus the course. It's not you versus anybody else. It's you versus the course, right? That's the point of it. It's make the course as hard as possible.
Guess what they didn't do?
They didn't do that. Thick rough, check.
4 inches. It didn't. The thing is, I guess there's a standard height. It just didn't feel as. I don't know. It didn't feel it. Maybe it's because it's like Southern California grass. Like there is something about East Coast grass where it just grows 1,000 times thicker.
Yes, it's so thick.
And like living on both coasts, I have to say that that's true.
It's because I would assume it's because you get a lot more tropical conditions on the West Coast. And so
No, I think it's the opposite. I think you get more tropical conditions on the East Coast and you get more desert-like conditions on the West Coast. So it's actually a lot harder.
So you have thinner grass.
Yeah. Because San Diego's like, if you go outside of, like, it's the desert. Los Angeles is in the desert.
That is true.
These are like weird, like green, like islands that like they've managed to make. Whereas on like in Virginia on the East Coast, like if you can't grow grass, like there's something wrong with you.
There's some sort of an issue.
Like I imagine on the West Coast, you're trying to grow grass, and on the East Coast, you're trying to tame grass.
That is true.
Yeah.
Fast greens? No. We did not get the super slick.
No. Stimp looked to be like 11 or 12. It wasn't like 24, 25.
All they did was tuck pins. That's all they did.
Yeah.
All they did was tuck pins. I'm not going to hand, was it Victor Hovland or Colin Morikawa who sculled his chip across the back of a green? I'm not going to give that to.
I think it was Colin Morikawa.
I'm not giving that to a course.
No.
I'm going to give that to.
That was a bad shot. Yeah.
It was a bad shot. I'm going to give.
No,
that
Victor Hovland. We'll get into this. Victor Hovland had to withdraw because he had a bunker shot and the sand got stuck in his eye.
Yeah. And
he couldn't get the sand out of his eye.
Scratching his eyeball up.
Well, that's what you get for playing on golf courses with actual sands. Come play the golf courses we play.
Yeah, dirt don't hurt.
Dirt, rocks. Like you're never going to hit a rock so hard that it comes flying back at you. It's never going to be so windy that a rock in one of the bunkers we play is going to come back and hit you in the face.
That's right. Yeah, it just wasn't as tough. And as a matter of fact, I have a stat here to prove it. So I take all tournaments through a year, right? And I mark down what the cut line is. Okay. And then I mark.
Yeah, you were like, we texted throughout this whole thing, and your prop, was it your prop bet?
Yes.
Your prop bet was 7 over. And I think it was 3.
It was 4.
It felt like 3. I think it felt
like 3.
I think half of Friday it was 2.
The PGA Championships cut line was higher. It was 5. The PGA.
Wow.
The PGA.
Yeah.
Kiawah
like I think that's the thing is like
a tougher test than Torrey Pines.
Yeah, but Kiawah Island is like the second hardest golf course in the world.
It's totally hard.
Yeah.
They don't have 4-inch rough at Kiawah Island.
No.
They won't do that at the PGA.
No.
So I write down how many players are who make the cut, and then I mark how many players finish the week worse than the cut line. Okay. So how many players finished worse than 4 under? How many players basically fell apart? Okay, because the point of playing.
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying. You're saying basically you're saying like these guys
and lower and lower, and whoever's the lowest wins.
So basically, like if +4 is the cut,
nobody should be.
That means like if you're playing steady golf, +8 should be like the highest.
Yeah.
Because like if you're playing another 2 rounds at 2 over, you're going to go from +4 to +8.
You should get better, at least lower, right?
Okay.
You should not go backwards.
Okay.
So the 120th U.S. Open at Winged Foot, which was played this season, the 2019-2020 U.S. Open, the cut line was 6 over, and 61 players made the cut. Now, I realize it was a smaller field, but that doesn't matter.
But we watched that, and like I was also disappointed with that.
Yes. Well, as disappointing as that was, 49 out of the 61 players finished the week worse than 6 over, 7 over and worse.
Yeah.
That's 80.33%.
There was only last year, only one player shot better than par, and that was Bryson.
Yes. Only 19% of the field gained strokes.
Yes.
Okay. Here at the 121st U.S. Open at Torrey Pines, the cut was 4 over. 70 players made the cut, and only 37 players were worse than the cut line. Okay, so the course only got to 53% of the players, whereas the last U.S. Open, 81% of the players just fell apart.
So do you have a theory? Because I have a theory.
I think this is my last U.S. Open. I'm going to throw my hands up.
So this is really cool because like Mike Davis caddied for Jason Gore. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, yes, I did.
That was really cool because
Jason texted that to me, and I was like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah, Jason Gore went out as a marker on Saturday, and he made Mike Davis. And Mike Davis was like, "The course is playing beautifully. The course is doing this." I think this is what I think happened, and I'm gonna get my up close and personal thinking voice on.
Here, I'll sponsor this by our show.
Okay.
There you go.
So last year, Bryson DeChambeau comes up with bomb and gouge, which he's not the first person to do it. Tiger did it. Tiger was very famous, you know. And I remember Butch Harmon was talking about just meeting Tiger Woods, and he said, "So what do you do? And you know, where are you aiming?" And Tiger just goes, "Oh, I just hit it as hard as I can. And then I figure it out from there. I figure out how to get it onto the green from there." Bryson takes that a step further and he goes, "Well, I don't like if I hit it 340, 360 yards." Also, by the way, 6 guys drove it further than him this week.
I saw he was 9th in the top 10 driving.
Was he? I thought he was 7th or 8th, but he might. Yeah, if he was 9th, yeah. So last year he comes up with bomb and gouge. Everybody talks about how it's ruining the game and blah blah blah, and then Bryson wins it by 6 because at a place like Winged Foot, the bomb and gouge technique really worked out.
Yes.
I don't know what I think because. I don't know. Maybe it was a slightly shorter course.
Because the lines are better, shorter course a little bit, but you also have a lot of opportunities to cut corners.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is this is like Long Island in New York City. Like, I was just trying to see if they had looking at the course. Oh, I don't want to do all this. Get out of here. So he wins by 6. And I think the USGA are sort of like blown out of the water by this. And I think instead of thinking, okay, how do we make the golf course harder for Bryson?
Right.
Which I think there's a very easy way of doing this that they just didn't think of, which is like you have every fairway look a bit like a triangle.
Yes.
You have it start tapering in at 280.
Well, and as much as I hate this theory too, I think you put in a lot of infield out of bounds. Between holes out of bounds. Bryson would never stand a chance. Yeah.
I mean, one of those things, like I think there's a certain point, like once you go outside of the gallery, I think you should be penalized. Because he's basically saying, like, and he did this week, which is if I bomb it, And if I'm a little bit off, I'm in trouble because I'm either in a bunker or I'm in the 4 inches of rough. Mm-hmm. If I'm way out, either right or left, I'm in patron trampled, lovely, like easy to find my golf ball, like trampled stuff. Mm-hmm. So I think what happens is I think the USGA made it easier for everybody else to reel Bryson back in. And I think that's what happened.
They brought the course back to the field.
Yeah, I think they brought the course back to the field. Because if I look at the stat, I'm you know me, I'm never going to look at the stat lines. If I'm looking at the scoreboard, and it's Rahm, Oosthuizen, Bryson fell backwards, Brooks fell backwards, Rory fell backwards. Like, and the way that they fell backwards, I don't want to say it bothered because it didn't really bother me, but it wasn't like on course mistakes.
Right.
It was like bad lies.
Yeah, that's all it was.
Like Mackenzie Hugh gets his golf ball stuck in a tree.
It's a bad lie.
And he's out. So yeah, I think to me this came across like this was a hard PGA Tour event, but not even the hardest.
Yeah.
Because every now and then you see the PGA Tour just go, oh, sorry. Like, where'd they play 3 weeks ago where they just absolutely crushed them all?
It was Memorial or Charles Schwab. Are you talking about the Byron Nelson?
Yeah, I think it's I forget which one it was, but yeah, like they had a hard time. Like the score, like the winning score is -1.
That was the Wells Fargo.
Yes, that was the Wells Fargo. Yes. So look, yeah, I think they brought the course back to everybody else to sort of, because I think they got in Bryson's head. Like Bryson can beat the golf course, but he can't beat the other golfers. So he absolutely, like, with a chance to win, leading on Sunday, he crumbles on the back nine and ends up shooting like +7. Shoots like a 70, +5. He shoots like a 76 or 77. Brooksy goes the wrong way. DJ goes the wrong way. Rory goes. Everybody who's sort of like there in the beginning. Usti bogey 17 to miss out on 18. Richard Bland, who's the oldest ever to be leading after the second round, crumbles on Sunday. Didn't play great on Saturday, but absolutely crumbles on Sunday. And yeah, I think they basically said, let's have a regular PGA Tour event and see who wins. And I think we all knew that with 2 weeks of rest and Jon Rahm showing at Memorial.
Yes.
And there were he was your first pick as well, wasn't he?
He was my number one pick, yeah.
Yeah, I think yes. Yeah. I think he won it as well. I don't think anybody else. I think he won it.
Oh, he
those
won.
Those
he
ridiculous
won
clutch putts on 17 and 18. He won it. But at the same time, like, Torrey Pines is the easiest golf course in the USGA Championship Rota.
Yep.
Hole 18 at Torrey Pines is one of the easiest golf courses in the world. The easiest golf holes in the world. It notoriously plays under par. It is let's get a birdie or eagle putt for the win here now. Let's do it.
Yep.
Which is great because that's like showmanship. But the other thing that really annoys me, and this kind of annoys me about Pebble Beach as well, is like we see it. We already see it in the year.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like we don't see Shinnecock or Bethpage Black every year. We don't see the Olympic Club every year.
You should see Shinnecock though. Oh man.
Yeah, like Oakmont in Pittsburgh, like that might be a road trip we take.
That's a wild place.
I think that's 2025 or 2026.
Mm-hmm.
But like again, like I thought that they basically I thought the hardest round was Friday.
Yes.
And I thought it was crazy that some 48-year-old guy who was just like hitting fairways at 290 and putting it on the green and 2-putting was winning.
Playing it safe.
Yeah. And then on Sunday, like my favorite thing about the USGA championship is when the course gets away from them.
Oh, 100%. It never did.
No.
It never
like it
did.
was, and it wasn't even like you watched on Thursday and you were like, okay, it's the USGA Open, like they'll pick it up. Friday it didn't pick up, but by Saturday I was like, this isn't going anywhere.
Are they cutting the rough in the middle of the tournament?
Yeah.
You know, you have these like from Thursday to Sunday, it should grow an inch.
Yeah.
It should. It really should.
Somebody was telling me I met Mark Crossfield.
Yes.
On Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
His course growing up is now my home course. So he was playing with his parents. And I introduced myself and I talked to him. And I asked him if he can help me out with any subscribers. And he said no. But that was nice of him anyway.
Thank you for the no.
Yeah. And he was like, so what do you think of the US Open? And I was just like, it's trash. He's like, what do you mean? I was like, look, and this is how I feel about it. You get like the Masters is the Masters.
Mm-hmm.
To me, the hardest test in golf is the Masters because you know what you're getting every year.
Yep.
And it's still impossible to win.
Yeah.
It's the smallest field. Like Amen Corner is a beautiful, beautiful minefield.
Augusta National may be the perfect golf course.
Yeah.
It may just be the perfect golf course.
I said, look, the PGA Championship, I said it's a showcase.
Mm-hmm.
I said it's a showcase and it's like a meet and greet for like PGA professionals to meet PGA pros. And like it is like it's the equivalent of like the FedEx like champ, like it is like the players, the PGA Championship, like there shouldn't be 5 majors, there should be 3 majors.
Mm-hmm.
Like the PGA Championship, like the PGA Major Championship should sort of go back a little bit.
It should actually be the Tour Championship.
Yeah.
The PGA Championship should award you the FedEx Cup.
Yeah. I said the British Open, the Open Championship, is great, but like it's weather dependent.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's either dried out and sunny and people are driving at 430 yards.
Mm-hmm.
And these are the original toughest tests like in golf. And that's what it's about.
Yep.
But like if there's wind or rain or anything, like it's just like it's fun to watch.
Right.
I said you watch the USGA champion, you watch the US Open. There you go, Gunnar.
Thank you.
Because it's a circus.
It has to be a circus.
It's got to be a circus.
It is the truest test of course versus player.
Yeah.
It has to be.
Like the only thing that would be more interesting if they just took a boulder field.
Yeah.
And they were like, sorry, like your ball's stuck there. You've got to put it out 3 feet this way. And then you've got to thin some shots so you don't break your club on some rocks. And like, yeah, you're playing 18 holes through a boulder field.
Every fairway at the U.S. Open should be full of moguls. That's all it should be. It should
no, but that's the British Open. Like the British, like St. Andrews is just mogul after mogul. Carnoustie is just mogul after pot bunker after pot bunker.
It should be the U.S. Open should be a superintendent's revenge on a major scale.
1,000%. And this year it just wasn't. This year, I think what happened last year is that Bryson just beat up on the superintendent so bad that they couldn't think of a way to beat him quick enough.
They were still licking their wounds.
Yeah. So instead of being like, okay, like, let's put the tees here. Mm-hmm. Like, let's give imagine if they had given the galleries alleys instead of like just outside the ropes.
Mm-hmm.
So like if you only had like a 5 or 10 meter like yard alley and you missed that alley to the outside, which Bryson would have done a number of times.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah. Like I think they should have done something more creative than say, well, let's make the course easier because Bryson only wins when it's really, really hard.
Which isn't necessarily the case. It happened the one time.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. It's wild.
Yeah, I always love it on like a Saturday when everybody comes off the course and they're like, the USGA has lost it. It's not fun. It's not fair. I felt like this is a course I could have broken a 100 on.
Mm-hmm.
Just because
I thought the same thing.
Yeah. Like I think I would probably play this course and like I would have a hard time breaking 90, but I would have fun trying.
Yep.
Shinnecock on Saturday.
Not a chance.
120?
I feel like I would max my score out at Shinnecock.
Yeah. Like Bethpage Black. Yeah. But I think
hold that I could break 100 at Bethpage.
We're gonna have to go do that because it's a public course. We're gonna have to go sleep in our cars and try that.
Right.
But I think the thing that drives me nuts is just like, yeah, the PGA was better, harder, more interesting, more fun to watch. Phil the Thrill does it all and win. Like, is the PGA going to be the best major of the year? And when was the last time that happened?
Right. Never.
Yeah.
It's never happened.
Yeah.
Although, and all this being said, had we not had to shuffle the last year's U.S. Open to this year, this U.S. Open was still by far the hardest test that these players have faced. And it wasn't even close.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, let's get into our picks and let's do the first round. Victor Hovland withdraws.
Yes. Here we go. So I had Xander Schauffele, Dustin Johnson, and Phil Mickelson, who I thought was going to get cut, but he didn't.
He did
Xander
not.
Schauffele, T7, Dustin Johnson, T19, Phil the Thrill, a T62, not DFL. You're very welcome. I had my long shot, Garrick Higo, to place T25. He gets cut. My prop bet we've already talked about is I had the cut line at 7 over or more. Like
close.
we said, it was 4 under, or 4 over. And I did hit on my bonus bet, which was a first-time major winner.
Yeah.
Was crowned, and that takes us to Jon Rahm. Your first pick. Won the whole thing.
Yeah.
Very good pick. You had Tony Finau, got cut, and Brooks Koepka.
Which is weird.
It was very weird.
Yeah. Plus 8.
Yeah.
I think he just got intimidated by the idea.
That should have been the cut line.
Or I think it's one of those weird things. I think maybe sometimes it's just your playing partners.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Sometimes you just can't get into a rhythm with your playing partners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had Brooks Koepka finish T4. You had Phil winning for your long shot. That obviously didn't happen. You had Brooks beating Bryson every day. That did not happen.
3 or 4 days.
They traded off. Yeah. And you had another major previous major winner winning. That didn't happen. But with the win from Jon Rahm, you finished 1,796 points. I finished 1,420 points, so you still get the victory. But we're only 1,500 points separate from each other. You're winning in the standings. That's it. That's the U.S. Open at a glance.
Yeah. What did you think of Richard Bland?
I mean, just like steady golf, man.
Yeah. Did you see his hat?
No.
So he won he's 48 years old. Mm-hmm. He won for the first time on the European Tour this year at the Betfred British Masters at the Belfry.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'm not even sure how to, like, journeyman is an understatement.
Right.
Like he gets his first win as a professional golf, but he gets a first win on a top tier tour, the European or the PGA at 48. Insane, absolutely insane. And so because like he doesn't have any sponsors, like his bag sponsor is like an auto dealership or something crazy. And he doesn't have a hat sponsor, so he just asked his golf course, the Wisley.
Yeah.
Which is right near my favorite gardening place to go, the RHS Wisley. And they just give him like 10 hats. And he just like absolutely refuses to like get any other hat. So he's just like wearing a hat with like a white swan on it.
I love it.
And it's like, yeah, he's like, no, I'm just gonna wear it. Like I told like my friends at the like, he's like, yeah, I'm just wearing the hat. So I don't have a hat deal. So apparently he turned down a hat sponsorship because he promised the guys, Paige Spiranak they were going to give him a hat for the American bookmaker PointsBet Sportsbook.
Nope.
He's like, sorry, Paige. I forget who's on his bag. It was hilarious. You talk for a second.
Well, if I were him, I think he made the right choice. If I had an opinion, I think he made the right choice. Stick with your home course. Show him some love. You shouldn't be there anyways. I'm down with it.
Yeah. No, I can't find it, but it was like a window. It was like an English window replacement company.
I love it.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it.
So I thought that was really cool. And then, yeah, I think it was just like everybody sort of fell apart on Sunday, and I really couldn't figure out why. Like Louis Oosthuizen out of bounds on 17.
Well, it looked to me like, hey, we realized the course isn't as tough as we thought. Let's go for it. And they did find themselves in some trouble.
Yeah.
And I think your real killer were the pin placements and not necessarily anything
That's what I'm
else.
saying. Like he went out of bounds off the tee.
Right.
And then you're just sort of like, I get that there's an out of bounds on the left, but like just there's a million acres to the right. Like there's no out of bounds to the right. Like hit a big old slice and just get out of there.
Mm-hmm.
But no, John Rahm wins it, yells like an absolute maniac. On Father's Day. On Father's Day.
A new dad, his first Father's Day.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Very
Are you ready? You ready for the read?
Yeah, sure do the read.
It's time for us to put down our bag and hear from our sponsors.
Can you hear from our sponsors?
You could.
Yeah. If you had hearing aids. Yeah. So check out Beltone Hearing Aid Centers of the Jersey Shore, 732-888-9000 or +1 732-493-0900. They've also got a website.
Oh.
BeltoneJerseyShore.com. Reach out to them. Use the code word golf.
Mm-hmm.
GOLF.
Golf.
Get a free hearing test and a free packet of batteries if you are located anywhere near the Jersey Shore. Check out BeltoneJerseyShore.com or give them a ring at +1 732-493-0900 or +1 732-888-9000. That's a Beltone Hearing Aid Centers of the Jersey Shore. Use the code word golf. Tell Coach Joe the Swingdom sent you. And back to the show.
And now to your hosts, Ben Ridner and Gunnar Kane.
That was very to the point.
That was a good one.
Yeah. All right, we've got the next tournament.
Travelers
at TPC River Highlands. We're finally back. It's been a year.
Yes.
We're like finally back to places.
Yeah, we're back to places.
Yeah. You're at the 16th hole.
Mm-hmm.
I'm at the 18th hole.
With the challenge green there in the middle of the lake.
Yeah. You think you can hit it?
I could hit that.
Yeah. From what, 5 yards?
Yeah, my favorite part is watching them go for it, and I like when they zoom in like later in the week, and you see balls sitting on the handle of the umbrella, which is cooler to me.
Yes.
It's cooler to me than landing it near the pin. If you can land it on the handle of the umbrella,
Yes. Yeah, for sure.
You're in like Flint.
For sure. So we've got there at TPC River Highlands. Is this Boston? Austin,
Boston,
Massachusetts,
Boston, Texas,
TPC River Highlands. I know that.
Cromwell, Connecticut,
near the Loomis Chaffee School for the Rich.
Yes.
Well, everything in Connecticut is near there.
Loomis Chaffee School for the Rich and Privileged.
It's par 70.
Trash.
It's not even 6,900 yards.
It's whack.
Yes.
It's whack, Jack.
Oh, don't miss a moment of the excitement. Defending champion is Dustin Johnson.
Yes.
He is defending. You get first pick.
I do. I am going to take a fan favorite on the show. Our hit or miss collective boy, Patrick Cantlay.
We have fans?
No, we're fans of him.
Oh, yeah, we're fans of him, yes.
Yeah, not
yes.
He's not.
You know who, leading day one at the US Open, Patrick Rogers.
Oh man, I thought Patrick Rogers was about a
I need him to win something. This is like the kid who tied every record of Tigers at Stanford. And it's 10 years later and he's on the PGA Tour, but I think he's I still think he bounces back and forth. Yeah. I'm not sure he's in FedEx, and I'm just can you win something, please?
I thought for sure. I actually had this feeling. I was like, well, this is a runaway from the start.
Yeah.
And it didn't happen, but I would have accepted it. I would have accepted it.
You picked Cantlay.
Patrick Cantlay. I like him.
Oh, I'm going old school this week.
Are you?
I'm going old school this week. This guy played well at the U.S. Open.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Wasn't really paying attention. This man wears a $900,000 watch.
Oh, yeah. Let me have some of this action.
Yes. Made by a company I've never heard of in Switzerland. Yep. He's got a pink driver.
Sure does.
He's a lefty.
He is.
He's from Baghdad, but not that Baghdad.
Baghdad, Florida.
Yep. Bubba Watson. Good old Lester Bubba Watson.
I wish I had this turned up.
Did you know that?
I'm just going to keep that available.
What's Bubba Watson's first name?
Lester.
Ugh. Would you rather be Lester or Eldrick?
Eldrick. I love it. Bubba Watson. That's my guy.
Yep.
We button up, as a matter of fact, fun fact, if you ever catch the Kane family, that's us, out at a junior golf tournament, everybody buttons the top button for Bubba Watson. Yeah.
Nice.
We button up for Bubba. That's Gavin's go-to thing. And I asked him one day, he started doing it when he was about 4. And I said, why are you buttoning your top button like that? He said, button up for Bubba, Dad. And that was it.
I think there was a movement. I think
it was a button up for Bubba. That he was 4 when they were doing that. He's 12 now. That's how long he's been buttoning that top button.
Well, I was gonna say that's when he was winning some majors back then.
Yeah.
That must have been just after, and the birdies go tweety, tweety, tweet. All right. So that's me. I've got Bubba as my first pick.
I am going to go. He's not off the grid at all. He's second favorite to win, in my opinion. But I never pick him at all. I'm going to go with Brian Harman. Brian Harman's game definitely has, I think, what it takes to get himself a Travelers Trophy.
I'm not picking him.
And stand on, well, you can't stand under the umbrella. He's probably not even on your list.
He 4-putted at the U.S. Open.
He did.
He 4-putted.
He did 4-putt from 5 feet.
from 5 feet.
This is the time to get. He's going to get it back.
I think he's going to have a good 3 rounds.
Well, as long as he's in the money, I'm cool with it.
Yeah. I'm going to go with. He hasn't been trending in this direction all year.
Uh-huh.
But I feel like it's a short enough course that he can go driver, and his wedges are like, he's got the tightest wedges on tour.
Uh-huh.
DJ, defending champion.
Oh my gosh, I like it.
I don't love it. Like he's not even on my list,
Mm-hmm.
but he's just been in my head this week.
It's astounding. He's trending so low that it took us 4 picks to pick him. He's the world number 1.
Yeah. No, well, actually, John Rahm took over world number 1.
Oh, yeah, I guess. But
he was. I mean, he was yesterday. As of Sunday, he was world number 1. So, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
No, I like Dustin Johnson. I think you're right. I think he actually has a good this is a good course to try and overpower. He's long enough without finding himself into trouble. Going back to my boy, no better time to do this than after the U.S. Open, and a really, really great showing at the Palmetto, where I made the mistake of not touching my guy, the doctor. I almost typed Dr. Redmond. Doc Redmond.
PhD.
Redmond.
He's got a PhD in birdies.
It's got a PhD in gonna win really soon.
Yeah.
He's gonna win really soon. I'm going Doc Redmond. He's gonna get it done. He really is.
I believe you.
Well, somebody's got to.
Yes. You've got me in a pickle.
How do I have you in a pickle?
But I'm going anyway.
I may have taken one of your players.
I'm taking somebody who's from the I-95.
Oh, very cool.
The only professional golfer to come out of Vermont.
Some West Coast action over here. Or some East Coast action.
Yeah.
Some I-95 East Coast. You can get from Connecticut all the way down to the end of Florida.
Oh, maybe he's not I-95 then.
Where is he? I think you get
from Vermont.
You can get from Vermont.
He's just
You can get Maine too.
Product of St. John's University in New York City.
Not St. John's Wort.
Nope. Guy who wears Jordans.
Mm-hmm.
Used to play for Cleveland, but now he's got some Srixons in the bag.
Some Srixons.
I'm going with good old Keegan Bradley.
Keegan Bradley, I'll never not tell the story. I saw Keegan Bradley once on the putting green, and I was at back when DC had golf.
It's coming back.
I know it's coming back.
We did it.
At the Quicken Loans. We got it trending. I saw him at Congressional Country Club where we met Bryson DeChambeau, as a matter of fact, when he was a tiny little baby.
When he was a little baby boy?
He was a little baby. I think it was only his second start on tour, to be honest with you. Man,
Yeah.
I saw Keegan Bradley. I was too intimidated to even be like, I'm a huge fan.
I would just yell at him like the Celtics suck. Boston sucks.
Boston sucks.
That's what I would yell at him. Boston sucks.
Sucks.
Go Sox.
Celtics suck.
To be fair, I would just probably yell, "Are you a co-op? Are you a co-op?"
I was too intimidated. He's got a stack.
The next time we go to a tournament, we're gonna go find him, watch him tee off, and just yell, "Are you a co-op?" Instead of mashed potatoes.
I love it.
That's my favorite. I went to Boston once, and I literally, it's like, "So hi, sir. What would you like to? Are you a co-op? I'd like a beer." Or like, "Can you stop that now? Are you a co-op? Are you a co-op? Are you a co-op? Are you?" Sorry, I could just do that for like a million. It's my favorite line in all of movie history. Go Dropkick Murphys. If you ever want to bring music to our show, you're more than welcome to. But yeah. Yeah. So that's 6 picks. What else? What have you got for your long shot?
Well, I've got a long shot here. I've got Patrick Reed missing the cut.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he's been doing so well lately. It would be a bit, he's trending upwards. So yeah, I'll take that. I think he's going to make the cut.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your long shot?
Fowler top 15.
Okay.
I was going to say 20, but I was going to say 10, but I really wanted 20. So I'm making 15.
Well, I really like, I like this because it's just outside my comfort level, and
It's just outside of my comfort level too.
new baby announcement excitement. It does a great deal.
Yeah.
My prop bet is Ben's picks
Beat Gunner's picks.
all outside top 30.
Bold.
Mhm.
That's hurtful. That just hurt my feelings.
Yeah, but if I cash in, like I'm trying to catch up here, you're winning.
Okay. I mean, those are some extra points of mine. Usually, all of Ben's players make the cut. There you go. I'd like an extra 250 points, please.
Check.
Check. No, mine is whoever wins this tournament is going to the Olympics.
Winner goes to.
So if DJ wins, we'll have to decide that on the day.
Okay.
Because technically he's eligible for the Olympics.
No, he has to. They have to physically go.
So it's not qualify.
No.
So it's like winner of this qualifies for the Olympics.
Unless they already qualify, then what?
Wait, are the because I thought oh, no, yeah. Okay, let's do it your way then. Winner is going to the Olympics. Because I think the qualifications are over, aren't they? Like the teams are already made up. I think that's why all these announcements are coming out. So yeah, we'll do that.
Good. Do we have a bonus bet, or do we want to call it a day?
How angry that is.
Nobody can see it.
If I do this, you can.
Stop. It's just enough. Stop doing that in the camera.
I've got a big zit on my forehead.
That's
It
true.
hurts.
Do we want a bonus bet or no?
Yes.
What?
There's going to be a Travelers commercial in every break.
Who's going to keep track of that?
Me.
Pick something else.
I don't know. What do you want? It's your turn.
Somebody makes a hole in one on the umbrella.
Yeah, no, it's not happening this year. It never happens. They always just get glad when it lands on it. So yeah, I'll take that bet. I'll take the under. Zero hole in ones on the umbrella.
Ace on umbrella.
As we say over here in England, the Brawley.
Why would you say that?
No, that's just a nickname for umbrellas.
Okay.
I'm exhausted. I am so tired.
All right, that's the Travelers Championship.
All right, that's our show for this week. Thank you for listening. Check us out on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Twitch. Check out our YouTube videos on the YouTube. This is on the YouTube, but also check out videos from the trip because those are getting backlogged. I need to make more of those. Check out Gunner's stuff on the Instagram because he's killing it over there.
And definitely tune in to see Ben go on his journey to scratch, because next week's the grand beginning of the Swingdom Go Scratch. Ben's going to drop, hot take, you'll drop 3 strokes in 2 weeks. So
That'd be amazing.
Yeah, you'll drop 3 strokes. Because next week's going to be a little wonky because I am on physical vacation. So if nothing else, check the Swingdom Go Scratch.
Yeah, for sure. All right. We'll catch you guys on the Flippy Floppy.
Yep. Swingdom out.
Swingdom out.
You've been listening to The Swingdom. Remember, we're just two guys, 28 clubs, 0 putts given.
So does that mean are we not doing a show next week?
It means we have to figure something out.
Where's your vacation?
North Carolina.
I'll just come to North Carolina.